I'm back. And we enter into this season of waiting. And we talk a lot about the waiting involved in Advent. We heard a lot about that in the readings tonight. Well, in my recent travels, I've been doing a lot of waiting. And a lot of observing of people waiting. You want to watch people waiting, go to an airport. And watch how people wait. You know, it's always interesting to watch people in situations like that, especially as flights get delayed. You're sitting on the aircraft and they say, oh, maintenance is on board. Watch how people wait then. And these days, it's not unusual at all to wander through a waiting area and not see a single face because they're all down. And of course, so is mine, as soon as I get to a chair. We wait in many different ways, don't we? And Christ is telling us tonight, be vigilant, be aware of what's going on around you. It can be kind of humorous to walk into a waiting area and watch everybody on their phones. It can be kind of funny to watch it. You know, I wonder what that person really looks like. But then we realize it's not so funny if we're driving along and see somebody pass us and texting. All of a sudden, that's a whole different kind of thing going on. And increasingly, we have laws that say, that's illegal. Don't be doing it. And why? It's because if we do not stay alert, bad things will happen. It's kind of the message of the gospel. If you don't stay alert, if you're so distracted by other things, you're not going to be ready for the most important thing of all. But we as Christians, we celebrate this season of renewal with joyful hope, not scared hope. Not, oh my God, something terrible is going to happen. We are celebrating hopefulness. Why? Why are we celebrating hopefulness? We know the baby Jesus has already come 2,000 years ago. And tonight we're focusing on that other coming of Christ at the end of time. But that won't affect us. That's happening years from now. It's not going to affect us. You think? We wait in joyful hope. We make that prayer every time we celebrate Mass together, after the Lord's Prayer. And Father prays that very special prayer after the Lord's Prayer as we wait in joyful hope. Why do we have joyful hope? Look around the world today. As I was proclaiming the words of the gospel, I kept thinking of what's going on in the world. With ISIS, Paris, Beirut, and floods, and disasters, and everything going on. But now think of where those words were written that we just proclaimed. The prophet Jeremiah proclaiming hope to a people that's already suffered exile. A people who thinks that their God has abandoned them and left them to suffer. And Jeremiah stands and says, be ready, because God will be back. God will take care of us. God is coming. Now, I keep thinking about what our culture is telling us right now. Now is the time to be getting ready for everything. Go out and be busy. Buy things. And what are people saying? Oh, I hope I get this latest gadget from Apple. I hope I get this. I hope that I get. But what we hope for is not a what. We hope in the power of God. God never goes back on God's promises. And now is a time for us to take a breath, to take a breather, to step back from the craziness of the season and to say, how am I waiting? Am I waiting, allowing myself to be distracted by everything else? Or do I take advantage of this time, in this waiting room, to focus on God, on God's coming and the impact that our God's presence has on us. Now's the time. You know what one of the things I love most about our church is that our church gives us all these opportunities to start over, to start again, to renew. A lot of us here are older than a lot of others here. And we've had time after time after time after time to say, you know what, over this past year, I wish I'd stayed more focused on God and less focused on all the other stuff. Now's the time to do that. Take advantage of that time as we wait in joyful hope for the coming of our Lord.